It's me, Bree McGee. Welcome to my little corner of the world, the cosy home of wholesomeness, and I hope your day is going swimmingly. During today's Breeze, we'll be discussing no news equals less anxiety, so grab a drink and snack. There's work to be done. Now, I haven't watched the news for so long, so many years. I don't actively watch it, let's put it that way. I don't find it and look at it. As I'm searching for things to watch on YouTube, etc., sometimes headlines and things like that pop up, so I can't avoid that, but I never search out the news. And that's because I know that if I watch the news, it makes me feel more anxious, and it makes me stressed just by knowing the events that are happening. And you might say, oh well, that makes you ignorant of what's going on. Maybe it does, I don't know, but what I know is I want to put my mental health first. That's more important to me than finding out what's going on in this country and around the world. I know roughly what's happening, but I don't have a full-on kind of knowledge of everything that's going on. I don't like what's happening in my own country and I don't want to hear about it. But I've found that by not watching the news, it has lessened my anxiety and my stress, and that is a very, very good thing, because the news only really outlines the bad stuff. All it gives you is bad news. They never tell you nice things about animals or flowers or, all the nice things in life. They don't tell you about that. They just give you all the bad news, the terrible things that are happening, the crimes and the political craziness and all the horrible things that personally I'm just not interested in, and I don't want to know about it. If it was a mix of 50% bad, 50% good, I might consider watching it occasionally, but even then I probably wouldn't. I like to find out my own videos of stuff that's nice and lovely that I want to find out. And I don't need it from anywhere like that. But apart from them just giving you a bad news, also, when you're listening to this stuff, it sits in your spirit, whether you realise it or not. And sometimes you can think, oh, I don't feel great. And it's because a piece of news you've heard earlier that was shocking or bad or terrible has sat in your spirit, because it's something that's outside of your norms, let's say, outside of your normal world. So, for example, you might hear about someone who's had a terrible thing happen to them in a part of the country that you live in, and that can stay with you because you just think about what that person's been through. And it sits in your spirit, and it can, in a prolonged way, make you feel anxious and stressed. And I don't want that either. I pray for people who are going through terrible things regularly, and that's my part of doing what I can to I don't know, to have a hand in this kind of thing. I don't need to watch it on the TV. I can pray about it, and that's my section of it. But as well as the bad news and it's sitting in your spirit, I just don't think it's good for our minds to constantly consume all this bad news every single day, day in, day out, and whatever channels they are that you're watching it. And then you get your commentators who reiterate all that bad news. So I don't want it. And I do believe that bad news equals stress and anxiety, and no news equals less anxiety and stress. So I will choose the latter. I will choose no news and less anxiety, thank you. Because I have enough to deal with my health issues and different things like that. I don't need added stress and stuff like that to add to it. So my position is no news equals less anxiety, and that is definitely my preferred way to go. Let me know what you think in the comments. Well, I've got things to do, but thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and from my corner of the world to yours, cheerio and mind how you go.